Starship and rockets in a world that don't give a damn. Who can I trust? I'm playing from the best I can. If you get to my free baby, baby, you'll understand. Starship and rockets in a world that don't give a damn.
As the sun sets, I take off my specs, sit down and collect my thoughts of another day in the past. How it don't last like it used to last. It's commonplace to get your ass splattered from a gun blast. Not trying to preach, just trying to reach out and feel me. I chose the righteous path and now people are out to kill me. Killing myself, advertising suicide, explaining formulas for black on black genocide. In other words, I apologize. Not for telling the truth, but about the lifestyle I glorified. Not ever lying, I have heard and seen much shit. But through it all, man, I've always been a lyricist. From high school to a hole in the wall, shooting fool on top of the world, and a nigga still paying dues. Singing the blues, come Saturday morning, mom bumped it. Love and happiness, Al Green and the trumpets. Rolled up in my brain with that hay and hen. Using God-given talent, slanging wealth and sin. Lost in the clouds, drowning in that 80 proof. And all around me, my world is turning to
starships and rockets in a world that don't give a damn. But if I ask me, who can I trust? I'm playing from the best I can. If you send no my free baby, maybe you'll understand. Starships and rockets in a world that don't give a damn.
Look at the asteroids whizzing past you, videotaping everything with their cameras flashing. They caught me dashing out the studio with the 2-inch tape. From the hood to the stage, it just ain't no escape from the devil. No matter who you are, it's hard to beat them. From the TV that you're watching to the food that you're eating, we've been shackled mentally by the enemy. And sometimes the enemy can end up being enemies. Face pimp flexing, detection flexing. Friends turn to foes, trying to be slicker than Wesson. Lessons get taught by the ones fucking up constantly. Pressured by their peers, distracted by their eyes and ears. Niggas sell their souls trying to get the gold in. End up wondering where the bumpy road is. Then again, time won't stop ticking away. You won't get shit if you don't get on up and get it today. New shit turn to old shit quick while we killing each other trying to impress a bitch. Lost in the clouds, drowning in that 80 proof, and all around us, our world is turning to
starships and rockets in a world that don't give a damn. But if I ask me, who can I trust? I'm playing from the best I can. If you set to my free baby, maybe you will understand. Starships and rockets in a world that don't give a damn. Yeah. Don't you know we got starships and rockets? Got boys around me. Yeah. Can you feel me? Can you feel me? We're living. I'm low in Mars and Mercury. Sunshine and rockets. To everybody hear what I say. Starships and rockets in a world that don't give a damn. But if I ask me, who can I trust? I'm playing from the best I can. If you said to my free baby, maybe you'll understand. Starships and rockets in a world that don't give a damn.
why do you think you ask myself questions? Why do you think do you really think niggas know anybody can fuck? The streets of my city be gritty. Young niggas pack plenty and they never show no pity. Many die on streets of concrete, blasted from the heat, from under the seat. Niggas just trying to make ends meet, trying to eat, day-to-day living with no religion. Luxury cars and this money got my full attention. School teachers and the preachers don't know what to teach us. They don't get a second look without them ghetto features. Created so the greatest. Pornographic, cause their children learn the words to say it. Saved amongst us, but don't nobody know the Lord. Status depends on the baddest shit you can afford. And look at me, I'm in the middle of the confusion. Crime in my blood and I need a transfusion. Take it how you want to take it. I got to twist and break it. Make it shine to distinguish from the ones that fake it. And if it comes out raw and uncontrollable, money's foldable. Fuck a hip-hop foldable. Nobody felt what I was feeling when I wrote this shit. Wrote this shit, but that ain't so I can cope with it. Hope it gets better for those who don't get a chance to advance and dig the shit I be saying. You know what might make what I say a little clearer if motherfuckers judge the one they see in the mirror.
Morning, everybody. Hold on. Good morning, man. Tomorrow here. Welcome to my channel. Thank y'all for like, share, comment, and subscribing, or subscribing to my Patreon, which is linked at the top. Today, I wanted to talk about the image of Black men and what we get noticed for in society, and what we tend to celebrate within society. Again, I don't really care about this individual at all. It just goes to show you that this dude, not why he was alive, but when he's dead, it's probably gonna be lionized as another person who had the greatest music ever or any of this other stuff. I'm pretty sure y'all seen the video. I don't have to re-show it. Everybody else is re-showing it. But you have to realize that this stuff happens in a particular place every single time. And you have to understand that you got to be conscious of the places to which you're putting yourself. And how one small argument could blow up into something like this. If you make music for those type of people, don't be shocked and surprised if you die by the hands of those same kind of people. Thanks for the $2 super sticker, Justin March. Thanks for the $5 super chat or Jizzle. But this is something that we have to decouple ourselves from. We have to decouple ourselves from the image of this street nonsense, man. This street nonsense don't produce nothing. This street nonsense don't represent where Black people have come from or are going. It represents Black stagnation. It represents boys who are never going to be raised to be anything. It represents celebrating for no apparent reason. It represents not being able to present yourself very well in public. It represents so many of us before we even open our mouths, before we even put ourselves in the positions to win. This is the image that actually represents us. Every time we're being thought about across the country, this is what comes up. I'm not saying that I wanted to be celebrated better. I'm not saying I wanted to be noticed for other things. I'm saying in the future, we need to decouple ourselves from this image. And people who are perpetuating this image and trying to speak for these people are not your friends. We can't really organize around things because everybody has this high level of estrogen amongst them. Women are the ones who can't really organize. But when you have men not really operating as men within the environment, and the level of principle is never celebrated within one's environment, this becomes the voice. Always. And the voices that rise from chaos is never going to produce order. It never have, and it never will. This is why we have to move on from these types of people. And you have to let go of others who hold on to this image as well. Every time you look around, there's another person dying over things that are abjectly not needed. Hold on a second. I'm by the Durham Fire Department in Durham, North Carolina. So I didn't expect for them to be going out so soon in the morning. But you have to realize that this stuff is important. The people who you see, like the guy who's the lieutenant governor of Michigan, that guy should be the image of black men. You have a lot of people who talk about black male independence, but they are so willing to bring along this type of image as black men along with us. I think this hurts us. I really think this hurts us. And I also really think that they're not even interested in moving forward unless they're trying to empower or make feel comfortable these types of people. When these people have done nothing but destroy, their whole lives is based on destruction or celebrating destruction or causing destruction or getting something illicitly without the proper amount of work or time being put into it. And here's the thing. Let's say if this guy wasn't a rapper, right? This guy was just a guy in the crowd. And I think there was two other people who died there too. Maybe one of them died and one of them was seriously injured. You have to realize that putting yourself in these places around these people is also going to eventually net you a loss that you don't need. This is why when you get your stuff together, you can't hang out with these type of people, man. And if you are hanging out with them, bring them up to a better place to show them that you can still have the same amount of fun around better people. Because keeping yourself in and around this type of nonsense will get volatile at some point, because this whole thing is based on reputation that's gained from conflict and chaos consistently. That's what I'm saying. This stuff shouldn't even be happening anymore. This stuff shouldn't even be, we shouldn't be needing black men trying to represent this dying culture that has nothing to do with organizing black people. It has everything to do with destroying black people, destroying the women of the so-called environment that they care about, ensuring that the child, most likely a boy, is raised without a male figure around. The women are going to be all right because, they're going to make sure that the girls are going to be supported over the boys. But this stuff has an origin point and a finishing point that you yourself as a man can stop from spreading. We don't need these street actors speaking for us. We don't need these street actors acting for us. We don't even need them by us. They need to be standing over there in their own corner, representing their own interests without the help of decent black men and women trying to assist them. They got to be left alone and they got to be left out. Because if you don't leave out the people who you clearly would have left out due to standard, the whole system will be corrupted by those people because you do not have a standard. Good morning, Gone. What's going on, man?
Good morning, bro. What's going on, man?
I see you. I don't hear you.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, man. How you doing, man?
Good, all right. So,
yeah, man, you kind of breaking it down really good. Yeah, this culture is useless. You see that it's a meat grinder. You throw people in there and they get grinded up, and it's a culture that that destroys its own young. You're at war with each other for nothing. What is there to gain? Why is this young man in here killed, dead? Because he got around a bunch of hating ass, jealous ass, angry ass, fucked in the head, crazy young boys who don't give a fuck about themselves, don't care about anyone else, and damn sure don't give a damn about you, and killed him over something, whatever argument was. I'm not even gonna get into what the debate was, what the argument was about, but it didn't mean anything.
Even matter. Yeah.
Didn't mean anything. It was, let me go kill you because I don't agree with you over something stupid. You know what I'm saying? And that's why, we've even seen here on YouTube where guys come up with some guy will come in and threaten, I'll beat your ass, I'll destroy you. What? You gonna do what? I mean, now they're talking shit. They ain't gonna bust a grape. But yet people still talk this kind of stuff like it's a tough guy thing. You gotta get out of that. That's a waste of time. That's not going anywhere for you. You have to, and we have to be around people who consistently can help to develop your maturity, develop you to move forward in life, to advance, as opposed to, if you want to do your music thing and your rap game, fair enough, okay, all right. I'm not concerned here. Don't do rap. You know what I mean? I may have my issues with a lot of it, but at the end of the day, why are you going to push in on something that's going to get you killed over the dumbest shit that you can think about? We have to have young people thinking differently. I bring up my grandson. I was just talking to him the other night. His birthday's coming up, so I was hooking up some stuff, but we were talking, and he's a family member of mine, that's for sure, because he, without doubt, he likes politics. So he was saying, yeah, I said, Christian, if you could vote, who would you vote for? Anybody else but Trump? So we were laughing about that. And I said, well, who would you love the most? Obama. And he said, well, the president's only for 4 years? I thought it was longer than that. I keep forgetting, when he was born in 2008, by the time the president left, he was damn near 8 years old. So that's all he knew from the time he was a little kid. So the time from he was a little baby to where he came to some level of consciousness, that's the only president he saw, another black man. And his view was, damn, he's such a nice guy. He was great. I loved him. I really want, I wish we had another guy like him. And I want to be like him. He wants to be like his granddad. He wants to be like his pops, but he also wants to be like the example that he saw of a black man being president. Now, why I bring that up? I bring that up from the standpoint of images and what you kind of want to emulate, as opposed to being, some gold tooth shit talking gangster rapper, and then some fucking savage comes out of nowhere and kills you dead for nothing. So what images do we want to push, and what areas do we want to move in that are going to make more sense for us and are going to hamper, that are not going to hamper your survival, but yet enhance it? You know, oh, I'm making money. You got an inch of money, but now you're dead. You know, you got around a bunch of fucking animals who didn't give a damn about you, but it will sit up here and later on down the line say that they're, you know, they care about the community, they care about whomever, but yet they're pulling guns on people when they're young, pulling guns and tearing people out the frame over the dumbest shit you've ever seen. I mean, so yeah, that culture has to a large degree, that culture has to be destroyed. It has to be xed out. We cannot sit here and value that. That we can't value that. We have to be more aspirational to do different things. You know, will my grandson be out there in a rap group, you know, caught up getting ready to get shot down by a bunch of fucking savages? No, he won't. It's not how he's being raised. You know, and that's not the kind of people he has around him. You know, and you don't seek those kind of people out either to be around them. You judge by the company you keep. You know, me, how do I judge how a person thinks and how and what kind of person that they are? I look at the people that they're around. They're around dangerous, vicious, stupid, savage people, then I have to perceive him as being that way as well. If I see people hanging out with those who are smart, intelligent, sharp, okay, moving forward in their game, I figure that your friends are going to play a big role in how you evolve as well. So yes, then I figure he's moving in the right direction because we're around the right type of people. So that's just kind of how it is. This rap shit, this young man getting blasted out of his life over it's whatever it didn't mean that much. But yet the egos, the hatreds, you know, the savagery of these people that they're around took him out. And he didn't seem to understand that. I don't know why that is. I just pray that more of us make better decisions. We get around better people, and start to end this culture. It's taking too many efforts out. You know, people talk about police, and you got enough people out here trying to tear you out of the frame. Outside of that, and now you got to walk amongst the worst that exists amongst your society and culture, the worst people that you can be around. This is the end result. We have to do better than that. This should be coming to an end now. This should be coming to an end. But yet we still see it. This has got to stop. It's got to stop, and it's got to be about the associations that you with. You're in this rap business. If you're gonna be in a rap game, you're gonna do that. Do your rap, and then get around those who are very close to you and disappear. Don't hang out with no crowds. Anybody that comes around, you make sure they are well vetted and you're around a well vetted crew of people who and it should be small and tight, and those who really embrace you. Don't be around people that you don't know. Don't be around people who you don't trust. Don't be around that. My grandson, he wanted for his birthday, he wanted one of these special video cameras. That you can put. I was like, nah, man, I'm not buying you that because I don't know who you might be talking to. I talked to his mom, his grandmom, and them. Nah. You can't have that. Can't have that right now. Don't know who you might be talking to. Don't know who you might be getting around. So all right, he understood it. No argument. No nothing. He got some else Holly butter laid, but at the end of the day, he kind of knew. Folks looking out, man. No, we gotta be very careful of your associations. Who you talking to? Who you getting around? I'm raising children, raising a grand as well. I know what this is about intimately. This is not a game. You can get taken out of here faster than you can believe. And that's what happens to these young men. They get out here running around out here in the streets, thinking they got it made, got an inch of money, think they got the world bought off, think they got everything going. That's not the case. You can be literally struck from this world in a heartbeat by the worst savage, hating savages that you may have around you. Some might even try to masquerade as your friends. So I'm just saying, man, let's get around. Let's look for positive outcomes. The best outcomes that we can have. Work with people who are doing positive things, who are growing, and do not go out like a sucker out here. Go ahead.
Sorry about that. I was muted. So you have to realize that you have to decouple yourself from this image. You have to. Because if you do not, the consequences for being coupled with this are going to be able to come to you, and you're not gonna have any control over that either. The more unvetted people that you're around that you do not control, the worse off things get. This person did not need to die. However, let's learn from this death and make it so that way somebody growing up and potentially in this situation cannot see this particular path, or entertaining these type of people is the way to go. Because this is a choice. Putting yourself in those circumstances is a choice. You have to realize that you got to just choose better, man. Because the consequences of not choosing better are going to hit you whether you want to or not. You still on the go? Oh, he's muted up. Hold on a second. Like I said, this dude's graduated from a prestigious law school and he still put himself in that situation. He graduated with top honors. There one night, if that guy was there, he was a rapper, he should have had security. All kinds of stuff, man. Like, bro, all this stuff is not needed. The type of help that we're going to need involves leaving this type of image alone and behind. What's going on,
Gotta jettison the image.
Yeah.
Gotta go. Image has gotta go. Too many people dying behind this. Too many.
Okay. Let's say that you live to go quote unquote pro. You get to sing about it in music and all that kind of stuff. Do you know what the actual churn rate that is? Of people putting their life on hold, people not doing the things that they need to be doing within their lives because they're waiting on this type of image to pop for them. It's crazy. You don't need to be doing these type of things, man. This guy don't need to be dead, but this environment that perpetuates this music it needs to be even more dead. That's all I'm saying.
MOT, you saw they said that gangster rap, when that came out, they felt that gangster rap increased, violent crime in the hood with respect to these young wannabe gangster rappers, man, by quite a few percentage points. I'm not gonna get all into that because I'm not gonna sit here and try to down this rap thing all day long, but it wasn't anything that shit didn't work out that well for us. And all the other iterations that have come after that hasn't done that great for us. I mean, it's the white kids, they get into this rap stuff, they buy all the music, but they're not shooting each other down. They're not killing each other in the clubs over this. So we have to sit down and look at what is this about? You know what I mean? And is this something that really is it has been very beneficial to us? And the verdict that I'm looking at is very questionable one. This young man's death, I can't really explain this sensibly. Can you?
Yeah, look like Deeks was saying that Biden won the election. I wonder what state it was that was official. Hold on a second.
I think it was Pennsylvania. They called Pennsylvania.
Oh, so he just straight out won Pennsylvania
CNN
then?
called it.
Yep, that's what it looks like. Pennsylvania. Yeah, so let's get back to this. What we're talking about, we're not down in the culture of the music. We're down in the culture of the people who attach themselves to the music. You know, the people who really whose lives really ain't going anywhere, man. Those are the people who make stuff hard for everybody else. It isn't the music, it isn't the celebration, it's everything else that's tied to it. You know, I'm just saying, once you leave them type of situations, once you start doing better, you're gonna have to find new friends, man. I'm sorry, you're gonna have to find new friends. I mean, hell, I had to find new friends even when I was in the military. I had to find new friends because they kept reflecting the people of the stuff I wanted to leave behind. They was just in the military and had a job doing the same stuff. They was just overseas in Germany and Italy doing the same stuff. It didn't change for them. Now, unless they seem like some real deal consequences, nothing really changed. But you can always change yourself. You can't wait on other people to be there with you while you do it.
That's a fact. That's a fact. We used to always say your network is your health. Your friends are your wealth. And that's what this is about. Um, and those who do not benefit from their friends or get killed by the people who they're around very unhealthy folks. And we're just not to say that it doesn't have to be in a rap game. That could be in a lot of other stuff. I grew up around, in a very white area with a lot of Italians and so forth. And I knew some kids who got caught up in the mob life, and some of them are not here, and others are still trying to make it up in there and moving into the higher levels with the feds climbing all over them and stuff. And I just have a lot of questions about where this is really going. What's the really benefits to you guys for this? Doesn't seem to be benefiting a lot of people. I don't doing 20, 30-year bids and all this kind of stuff in jail, and I'm just not seeing it. So I see it from all angles, and I've seen the pain that a lot of this has caused families. And I've seen people, just disappear. One guy I know, Joe Matola, he disappeared about 15 years ago. He was down with the family, just gone. His family's walking around, people destroyed. He's gone. Probably buried in the ground somewhere. I mean, just craziness. I mean, so this exists at many different levels. It's time to and for us, this rap stuff and this gangster shit it's not a winning combination for many of us. It just isn't. A lot of people think that it is, but a lot of us have not benefited. And these deaths that we have out here are they're unexplainable. They're just you just can't explain it. That doesn't make any sense at all. We should have better outcomes, and we should develop a different network. And out of that network, better friends, you have better results.
Yeah, I mean, not only did the people lose their artists, some mother lost a son, just all types of stuff, man. It's like this stuff is unneeded. But there's a lot of people who thrive within these environments and who don't want the culture moving on without them. And those are people that we need to leave behind as well. They want to man up behind things that they know they possibly can't control. They want to stagnate the entire culture to make it look like they're going to be the ones who's going to take leadership no matter how this stuff unfolds.
Look, there's vermin. I call human vermin, human rats. You have the underbelly of the human species. Um, that does exist. I do not know if we'll ever be able to eliminate it, especially not in a society like we have here in the United States. I don't know if that will ever disappear. There's some societies that exist at a higher level of consciousness. We don't have that here. It's at a very low level in many respects. So since that is the case, it's important that those recognize how that is, and let's not bring a lot of these people who have fallen to human vermin, who have fallen to high ignorance, want to rule in this hellish environment, and you want to be a part of that, and then Only thing that's going to happen to you is you're going to get sucked up and destroyed. And many people see that. Those who see it clearly move away from it. Those who don't become victim of it. And I don't want to see victims. We don't want to see people get victimized by this, because it's very easy to become a victim out here if you're not careful. Very easy. And people have there's a hater, there's a hateful nature that runs deeply throughout this country. Just throughout many aspects of it, and I think it comes from our founding, and that's a deeper subject. But slavery and all this kind of stuff like that we've gone through, people have embraced it. There's a hateful, murderous nature that we have here in this country that runs at its core, and there are those who understand this and they move away from that, and they move in other circles that they get much better results. And a lot of people are tough. A lot of people can handle themselves and do it, but they shy away from that because there's nothing really good to be gained there. That's what I would like our community and many of our young Black men, especially, to move away from and go into areas that are more beneficial for us. We were talking the other week, and we were talking about brothers who were in business, and talked to this one brother who said he thought he was represented by some rap guy or whatever. I'm not gonna get all into that, but he talked about his excavating company and how he started that. And I'm like, this is the kind of stuff that we have to be talking about, brother, in the excavations game. Okay, brothers who starting their trucking businesses, brothers who are getting into these things, that a brother who's getting into his nursing program, a brother that's looking to go to law school, a brother that's is getting his MBA, a brother that's getting his HVAC. I mean, these are the kind of things we need to be talking about, because that's really where we are. And this rap stuff and playing this game, we get caught up into this with deleterious people who actually will see you get successful and will try to kill you because of that. That's not a mindset that you want to be around. It's not a mindset you want to be around. And these people will smile on your face, and then, see your picture, then they want to grab their guns and come and get you. Guys rap about this kind of stuff. And, Biggie, I loved him, loved him. We know him, loved the man. Got taken out. Over what? I mean, so you have to look at a lot of the stuff that's going on. Tupac and all these guys. I mean, just taken out over all kind of just dumb shit, crazy shit. So these should have been lessons. To us, but we don't learn, and this is still going on. 20, damn near 30 years later, it doesn't make sense. So we need to think a little clearer than that. And I keep saying that I'm, as a father, as a grandfather and all that. Let's get a better result. Let's love ourselves a bit more and get a better result. I talk about my grandson. Why? Okay, we all know grandparents are proud of their grandchildren, all that. But it's a beautiful thing to see people. It's a beautiful thing to see your kids, your grandkids, grow up a certain way and evolve to a certain level. It's a beautiful thing to see that.
Yeah, that's true.
It is.
What's going on?
What's up, baby?
What's going on, man? Another thing I was thinking, like, with this situation, like with the lifestyle like he was living, it's like he has to expect, what I'm saying, which he probably did, what I'm saying. You got to expect certain situations, and you got to protect yourself at all times. But with this particular situation, he was caught blindsided because he was fighting, but he was fighting over a female. So
but he's around haters. He's around
exactly.
people hateful.
So
want to tear him out the frame, and he gets caught up in a fight. I mean, you gotta know where you're at in this thing here. You can't be running around these savages. Come on, what's he doing fighting?
Listen, man. Like when I used to be in the club business, some people that coming up with security, I'm like, hey man, look, we're gonna provide security for you, but you gotta pay us, because ain't none of that nonsense going on down in here. And guess what would happen every time we would bring one of those people around to go? You would have a guy, knowing that he's with somebody, they would come there and disrespect his goddamn girl, right in his face, to try to start some shit.
Yep.
Every time.
every time. And the only time that it did not happen is when the person was visibly there with somebody else. Because every time some fool will always try you. Every time. A person whose life is going nowhere, a person who ain't doing anything for themselves, they will always come after the more productive looking people around them, the more successful looking people around them. They do it every single time. And the only
Hmm.
way that that can happen is if you put your nice stuff around people who ain't got anything. It's the only way that happens. You shouldn't
Exactly.
be out
Yeah.
there fighting for anything. That's why you have, a security detail. Something pops off, you go over there, you give them a look, they out of there, bounced out of there. In and out
Exactly.
the car, $75 to 150 an hour, but your ass get to live. You're guaranteed to live out of that shit.
That's exactly right. And you're not going to get in those situations. You have security around you. You know, I'm in the security business as well. You have armed guards around you. They're gonna keep you out of that kind of shit too. Oh, break what? Nah, nah, nah. Listen, man. Listen, we're here to protect you. I'm getting paid X, Y, Z. Let's go. We'll escort you out. Let's get out of here. And they're gonna move you
Hmm.
out of there quick. Okay, two are gonna move you out. One's gonna sit there and see what other kind of shit's gonna pop off to make sure they got your back covered. And they're gone. They're out of there, and you're out of there, and that's it. It ain't gonna happen.
Hmm.
You ain't supposed to be you ain't supposed to be taken out over no bullshit. That's not supposed to go down.
Yeah, and
That's
I
not
work
supposed to go down.
exactly because I worked security in Atlanta for years, and it's a situation like that. Like you supposed to be a superstar, like coming do a walkthrough, or you come into the club. People not supposed to know, when you come in there, that's some like off that whole situation looks like some off the book situation. Like I'm a regular person. Like I can go out,
No, you're
I
not a
can
regular
go
person.
fight.
Exactly.
Yeah, and
Eh,
it's like because if you a star, like what I'm saying, like I'm not he wasn't a Drake or anything like that. But I'm saying like it shouldn't even it's a whole
Star
process
enough,
because
if you're
star
yeah,
enough to
yeah,
security,
have haters.
yeah,
if
you
your security detail is right, first of all,
mhm,
you have your security guy go in first and see what the situation is like and see where you sit and everything else like that. If you sit at a table, that shit's supposed to be roped off. You already have one or two guys that are there already laying for you to come in. So when you sit down, you chill. People already know he's got his crew. I'm gonna have me two big swole ham niggas sitting there laying. So the reason why I like big ass motherfuckers is because it just keeps the riffraff away. The riffraff ain't gonna try to challenge you first. So you have two
mhm,
big swole niggas sitting there laying on you. You go, you sit down, you have you whatever. You bring your couple of people on over. If you want to invite somebody over, everybody gets checked before they even get close to you, and boom, you can move. You can move in that type of direction. You don't go out there extemporaneously running around, getting exposing yourself to sucker late hoes, the sucker late ass fucking dudes who are out here looking to fucking turn down your volume. The hater rate out here is crazy. You don't know who's out here ready to stick a fucking knife in your ribs or whatever. You don't know. You don't
Especially in
know.
this
yeah,
Just
social
because you're
media
successful
game.
at rap, people are gonna try to hurt
mhm,
you.
Especially in this
yeah.
social media environment. Come on, man.
Of
Like,
course.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah.
Of course. You got suckers on YouTube that will talk shit to you. I'll fuck you up if I see you. It's like, what? Do you know who you did? What? I mean, you got guys talking crazy. That ain't gonna do nothing. But the fact that people talk this way, they ain't gonna do shit. But they talk this way. You will run into some guys out in here in the streets who will act this way. Who will act? Who will just start some shit to act and come off with some dumb shit? You just don't know. So that's why you have to have your protection around you and move in a certain type of way. And this rap business brings out a lot of the riffraff. Okay, other businesses as well, but certainly this. You could best believe. Let's look at a country music singer who I don't know if you guys
Especially if
know,
you're a street rapper. Like a
but
lot
but
of
but even
venues
even
don't
if
like
you're
street rappers. Yeah.
even if you're a country music guy and you walking into the Grand Ole Opera, you coming in there with a security team. Who the fuck
oh
knows,
yeah.
man? Some fucking three-tooth fucking a mountain man comes out of there pissed off because you didn't wave at him when you got out of your car. Who the fuck knows what he may do? You don't know. That's any place. So you out here in a rap game with these low end fucking savages running around, stupid and vicious as fuck, fucked up, coming out of fucked up environments, whose minds are gone, and they coming out here to fuck your shit up. Some sick bitch coming out here to fuck your shit up too. Set you up for something crazy. You can't be out here fucking leaving yourself to these riffraffs. You know, leaving yourself
Yeah.
exposed to it. This is the thing that bothers me about these guys. You're going to get into these horrific environments, potentially. You got to understand where you're at. You can never let your guard down. Not around these people. I understand this game very well. You let your guard down, that's how you get fucked up. You get fucked up. I'm in the gym. Listen to me. This is just me. I ain't no superstar, no nothing. All right. But I'm in the gym hanging out, you know, tanning out the frame. One of my boys is like, you know, some call, you know, this dude tried to fucking get up on you. Then one guy came up to me, tried to act crazy. This is my workout partner. I ain't gonna let nobody put their hands on you. I ain't gonna let nobody put their hands on you. So I had to grab a dude by his collar one day. And then he said, nah, I can't be having that. I can't be having OG grabbing collars out here. Nah, this ain't right. He's 36 years old. He's a younger cat than me. So, you know, big, he's strong. You know, I trained him. But at the end of the day, he's like, nah, ain't nobody putting your hands on you, OG. It ain't happening. Ain't even trying it no more. What is this craziness? So it's like, even myself just walking to my own gym, I got to worry about guys acting stupid over dumb shit. Over dumb shit. I can't believe some of the stuff I've seen. And I'm no superstar at all. Just a guy coming out of the gym, driving a nice car. Guys coming up and rolling up on you acting crazy. What is this? What is this? You know, so you a star? You a rapper? You out here with a bunch of hating ass niggas running around?
Yeah. And then you got social media, like MOT was saying, like
Social
if you getting 40,000 a show, you know, and you come into venues, people really not even supposed to know when you coming. They're not even supposed to see you because it's people that get 15,000 or like 5,000, and they make sure they not even seen. So you know, you just in the
Exactly.
hood. Yeah, you in the hood with no security fighting, like you still like
Crazy.
a
That's
real
crazy,
dude.
man.
With
Yeah,
hungry ass vicious niggas?
yeah,
Hungry ass,
exactly. Like yeah,
thirsty
people.
vicious ass niggas.
Yeah, yeah. It's
I'm
people
like,
that's
what?
they gonna shoot over like $100. Like you know, you got people that's like just
Dice games, they knife each other, man.
yeah, they not at a yeah, like a dice game or something like that. And you out there with like $40,000, you got jewelry, you just like I'm in the hood with it, you
Man,
know.
listen.
No.
We were at Club Slate, New York, right? I had a contract at Club Slate. All right, I had 75 guards over there. 75. All right, at its height. 75 motherfuckers. Big swole niggas had everybody out there. At Club Slate, you would every now and again you have a little celeb walk in there. But in a space, not even, you know, not even 1,000 square. All right. We had 50 guards in that space alone. So we just knew if there was any celeb that would come through, anybody else like that would be around, anybody who might come in and club would be there. You getting inundated, and they be haters in that club walking around looking to start off. And this is supposed to be kind of a high end club, and there's still haterade motherfuckers in there, haterade niggas. And I was like, any of you guards getting in fights with any of these guys out here, you're going because you're not supposed to be fighting with these motherfuckers unless these guys try to attack you. And you know, and every now and again you see a guard get a little stupid and try to fucking wrestle with a guy. I'm like, no, you're not wrestling. You're not. Don't come out start no shit with these dumbass niggas. Keep your shit cool. Look swole. Be standing up straight. Guys ain't gonna fuck with you. But when they see a lot of people around, people tend to be a little bit calmer. You tend to be calmer, man. The calmer. They be in there one night, man. You have fucking 5,000 people in there. All right, 75 motherfuckers sometimes wasn't enough. But still, if they saw you cruising around, people knew that you had to be acting proper. All right. So at the end of the day, you got to have your people around you. I don't walk alone. I don't walk in the club alone. I don't go to clubs, you know, unless I'm getting paid. But I don't fuck around. I don't fuck around like that. You know. But if you're going up in there and you're a celeb, anything could pop off at any time. Everybody knows that. That place should be scattered out first. Have your shit laid out first before you walk up in there. And when you do walk up in there, and you do walk up in there, and you got your people around there, people around you. So if anybody is thinking about getting live, they got to understand that it's not gonna go down that easy. Guys people want to grab shit that's easy for them. They don't want to grab shit that they know that they may get their fucking wig twisted off. They ain't trying to fuck around like that. Some
Yeah,
people
you're
are.
supposed to have a map with like fire exits and
Yeah, of course,
Every,
there's a whole
entrances.
layout to
Like,
the whole layout to the whole thing. But if you're operating like this guy, coming in, dealing with these low motherfuckers, getting into fights and doing, you're going to get tucking the fuck out. Okay, Jay-Z Club 4040. Okay, 4040 Club. downtown. How many times I've been in there? 1,000 times. Jay-Z would come in every now and again. You think Jay-Z was walking into his own club? Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm here.
Nah.
Jay-Z. You think he was just popping in with his big nose out, fucking just standing out there looking at people with B on his arm like he wanted the crowd? There's a phalanx of ham niggas with quick release holsters. Everybody armed and licensed. Roll up on this dude. You will be fucking Swiss cheese before you hit the fucking ground. All right? That's how he rolling. Goes in the corner. People are intimidated to walk over there because he's got a bunch of cats looking mean mugging, looking like they ready for Freddy, and you're not popping off. I don't care what you think. You may have a Mac 10 on you. You ain't gonna pull that. Because there are 3 other niggas fucking behind you waiting for you just to make a move. So that's just how that is. You know, what the fuck is up, man? Come on, dog. I'm just looking at this shit. It's crazy. That's what I'm saying. Negroes got to be thinking out here, man. Negroes got to be thinking.
I know another thing with
Hey, let me just read this real quick. Eric Bird, thank you for the super chat. I live in Brooklyn, NYC. I get dirty looks, especially from dope boys, Pookies, and Ray Rays. Thank you for the super chat, Eric Bird.
Yeah. Nice one.
Yeah. Straight haters, man. It's some crazy stuff, man.
Yo, don't play around out here. I'm just saying, don't play around. These guys out here, you're not one of the crowd. If you're a rapper, people will hate you just for what you're doing, especially Negroes. You got mad hater whiteys out here. They hate. All kind of people hate. Negroes are some hating motherfuckers. There's some hating.
I know another thing at the hood clubs, like like you gonna have haters. You know what I'm saying? If you making money, they see your social media, you gonna have haters. But at the hood clubs, like they sometimes, if you know the security or like, they let you like bring your weapons in, sometimes, and they say like, oh yeah, you can bring your weed in and do whatever. But at like an upscale club, they ain't about to do that. You know what I'm saying? It's like they might have a hip hop guest every now and then, but they're not letting nobody bring in. But they let you slide at those hood clubs and stuff. And if you an artist, you should know that if they letting you get in, 9 times out of 10, you know what I'm saying, like they letting other people in. It's a whole lot of other stuff going on. So that's
man.
another thing.
You gotta watch your drinks and everything else, man. And man, you really gotta have
everything.
Strong situational awareness.
Everything. They'll drop some shit in your drink. I've seen that happen. I've seen it not only happen here, I've seen it happen down in South America on quite a few occasions. Dudes coming down there. I even saw an MMA guy. I'm not gonna mention his name, but he's a well-known dude. I was down there with him. And not down there with him. I mean, I saw him down there, so I didn't travel with him. I just saw him down there. And he was at a club drinking. Now, this is a guy that could literally grab your neck, snap it in two real quick, keep it moving. But he got in there with some crazy wild one of those Brazilian hood bitches. I said, don't fuck with these Brazilian hood hoes. You think you think you running into something up there in the fucking you think you up on the block? You think you up on the block off of Nostrand Avenue? Nah, man, this is downtown Rio. Go ahead and fuck around down here and see what these bitches do for you. So he went up there and fucked around one of these hood hoes. She's fine with a hood hoe. Knocked his ass out, robbed him, took all his shit. Then she saw him the next day. He was like, I'm gonna fucking get you, bitch, up. Then let me tell you how bold this bitch was. Knocked this nigga out, took all his shit, gave him a knockout drop. All right. Then saw him in the spot about 2 days later. It took him about 2 days to recover. He said he was getting ready to roll up on this bitch and tear out the frame. He said, oh yeah, nigga, you try that, half of my favela gonna come down here and tear you out the frame. And there won't be a goddamn thing you'll be able to do about it. Half of my favela come down here. And you just got took, nigga. Take the L and keep it fucking moving. That's about what he had to do. This is a badass MMA nigga. Because we were all over there at the Gracie School at Figueiredo Magalhães over there. Okay? We were all over there. He was there. Butter leg, nigga. Butter leg. Bitch fucking took a drop on him. It took him for about 5 G's. About $5 grand. Now that's a decent, nice take in the MMA joints, but that's about what he lost, and his passport.
Aegon got his hand raised. Go ahead, Aegon.
What's up, y'all? What's up?
What it do, man?
Hey, God, what's up, Fred? What's up,
Going
baby?
on.
What's up? What's up, 06? What's up, OC? What's up, Mike V? What's up, CS? That's your
What's
name?
going on, man?
CJ, what's going on?
CJ, what's good, man?
What's going on?
Yeah. This dude, King Von. Nobody should be playing his music in a tribute sense of fashion. His music should be like a type of awareness of what's going on in that area. Because the problem is that he got killed in Atlanta, but he's from Chicago. But he brought this energy on himself. Like this kid beat a murder rap a few times, or I think it was twice in mad gun offenses.
He got
He also was a heavy bragger. Like he would brag on Twitter about how much bodies he got, arguing with other rival gang members. Like it's kind of like a soap opera. It's really strange. Like I learned about him when it was another rapper from Chicago that died named FBG Duck, and these guys they diss the dead up there like heavily. Like they make songs about it and put them out. And I'm thinking like it's just basically his best friend got killed, and that was the name of his Twitter. Like he had his friend's name on his Twitter who got killed, and then after his friend got killed, they started this thing called Get Back Gang, where they just were killing members of the other gang while they were still like recording artists. And then him just dying in Atlanta just proves like, yo, that energy you put out really comes back to you. Like I don't feel sorry for him.
Yeah.
Like,
Minister Job used to talk about that shit, like, when I was listening to him a couple of years ago about how these motherfuckers would be doing stupid shit like that. I had no idea this dude from Chicago. I'm just like, situation is, man, these dudes shouldn't be, represented at all. And watch, a lot of this dude shit's gonna go platinum. A lot of his old interviews gonna have like 1 million views and shit. Like, this is the dumb shit. Another Sean gets killed and everybody wants to go and look. Next thing you know, you're gonna have, a crip named Nip. You know what I'm saying? That type of shit going on in this goddamn funeral.
Yeah, but that's the whole lifestyle. That's the whole mindset. That's the whole culture that this just got to get shut down. I mean, you see these guys, or you see a lot of guys talk tough guys. I've seen guys here on YouTube. I've seen guys all over the place talk like they're tough guys. They ain't shit, but they talk like they tough. Okay, fine. Talk like you're tough. Talk behind the scenes. Talk about all this shit. But walk around with your security team. Walk around with people, where you're protected. So at least you're not getting torn out the frame. You can talk all that bullshit. Niggas talk all kind of shit. Half of the shit is lies. But at the end of the day, you say you bringing that negative energy, and then you running out here trying to act like a tough guy, and you a badass, and all this kind of shit like that.
Well, the thing is, Nagon, they're not really acting. They really are doing it. Like they're not even killing over money. They're killing over clout. That's
clout.
They're really killing each other. And what blows my mind is that like
don't let nobody on YouTube hear that. Jesus.
Right. And the funny thing what blows my mind is that don't we have a Patriot Act like that takes away laws to basically keep the people here safe? And it's like all the misuses of that act, and then this type of shit is going on. I'm talking about these kids have Twitters, Instagrams, talking about this shit, going back and forth, and they just not just taking just saying fuck the fucking 10th Amendment, just saying fuck the laws. We arresting everybody, like RICO charges on all you motherfuckers. Like this shit just keep going on. It's like this has to be allowed,
Law enforcement is all over social media, Facebook, everything else like that. I know for a fact one of my boys, my roommate from college, went to the military. He works for he works for Homeland Security, right? He was a colonel. He was a former colonel. Now he's at very high levels. He's not going to give me any real super inside information, but he's going to tell you they're all over social media. They're looking at social media like crazy. They're all over this stuff. But at the end of the day, what you just said, they allow this shit to go on. It's allowed. They're not grabbing everybody. They grab these dumb little Negroes running around here acting crazy, doing their dumb little shit, tearing each other out the frame. They're not stopping that.
Go ahead and bring the judge. Just see what happens.
Like, could you imagine? Like,
exactly. Talk about it.
Hang on.
Sorry.
Also, we got Black Sheep. What's going on, Black Sheep?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? You hear me?
Go ahead, fam.
Yes.
Yo, what's going on?
Yeah, take your hand down. Take your hand down. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I was on Root I was on Root Pan last night. He was showing the civilians tells what happened to Vaughn last night though. I don't know if y'all talked about I guess like a fight broke out in the club, or everybody's scrapping in the street, so it snuck up on him and started shooting in the back about a couple times.
Anybody hear him? Where'd he go?
No, hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you now.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep
Sorry,
talking,
it was a
fam.
bad
Keep talking.
No, but yeah, these Chicago dudes, like they actually write diss songs about like say if a rival member dies, the next morning they will write a diss song about it. Next thing you know, that person's dead too. Like this has been going on since like 2012 though.
Yeah.
Like, could you imagine, like when you was growing up, like with no internet, like people dying in your city, and then people dropping songs with names, and these guys aren't speaking in like metaphors. Like they're saying like full names. This person died at this address, this bus stop, and stuff like that. And the song coming on the radio, like they would ban hip hop.
But listen,
This shit is
hey, Dom,
crazy.
but yeah, like this is the most disrespectful thing is they call somebody a pack once somebody like a rival dies. They'll write a song saying we smoking on this pack right here, this person's name on it.
And then they doing it for like for clout. That's the crazy part. Like if they make a diss song, it could be like somebody that they don't really have a name like that out there, and then they make a diss song, and then they just get thousands of views instantly. But the thing is,
Oh.
it's suicide, and you're not really gonna make a like. Let's say you got a deal, you're not really gonna make any money because like they
Because
got websites where
YouTube
you can
shit?
see,
Wow.
yeah, you can see like how much these rappers are getting paid and talk to
Mm-hmm.
their agents to like book shows and see how many shows they had booked. And most of those rappers that get shot, they don't even make it to even get a 360 deal. They don't even get signed.
Oh,
Exactly.
They might do
Exactly.
yeah.
one party in Chicago or something. Like they might do like a little party,
Damn,
and
that's
that's
it?
it.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. They not even they get them 600,000 views, probably get shot, I mean, it's sad, but I mean, it is what it is. But it's pretty much I don't know if it like people depressed out there. I don't know what's going on, but
Nah, this has been going a long time. Hey, fam, I don't know if you remember. This was some years ago. There's a dude out there by the name of Rosemo 700. Do you remember who he was?
Rose Mo, it sounds
Nah,
familiar.
nah.
That's right.
Some LA dude. They got into a fight with the game, knocked the game out. Supposed to be at one of these malls and shit. He's talking about how they was fucking the game up and all that, talking all kind of shit. And he said he knocked the game out, gave him a 2-piece, knocked him out and shit. So this guy's running around trying to get clout. He and his boy, they had a little rap group. They were making some bullshit stuff. He was out here fighting these other guys, fighting some other dude by the name of Bosco 70 or some shit. I forget what all this shit was going on. This is some years back. Next thing you
I
know, this
remember
nigga
that
now,
they was on the rooftop. I remember that.
yeah. The next thing you know, this nigga gets laid the fuck out in the middle of fucking Crenshaw, I think somewhere out there on the avenue. They rolled up on him and just perforated this dude in his car. And I'm sitting there saying, look at this. And they talking about Twitter the new streets. And they talking about how niggas was popping yang, doing all of this shit, talking all this crap on Twitter, calling niggas out by name and shit, saying how they was going ice niggas and put niggas to sleep. And how he walked up and knocked the game out and all this crap. They popped this dude. Just popped him. Just laid him out. You saw him car out there. He laid the fuck out. Laid out. I'm like, what the fuck? The dumbest shit I've ever seen. But this is costing niggas their lives. This dude must have been about 25, 26 years. Laid out. Finished up.
Oh, no. Hello?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I got people calling in, man. I got all kind of people calling them. But they laid him out, man. I'm sitting there saying, look at this shit, man. I'm like, look at this crap, man. It's the dumbest shit I've ever seen. So this culture has got to end. This culture is no good. The culture is no good. The culture is no good. I'm sorry. It's no good.
And it's my whole thing. It's a lot of variations of hip hop and rap that come out of Chicago, so you don't really have to choose the hood music. You know what I'm saying? Like you can get a job like downtown at like a Chick-fil-A or something, and make songs about like make some Kanye type, or some Chance type music. You don't have to like go about it like this, 'cause this is the success, like the success rate is just like it's super low, like it's horrible. So
Yeah. Wow. Man, that's crazy. Mike Green, you got anything, man?
Mike is muted.
All right,
Can I go real fast, Mot?
all right.
Yeah, go ahead. You go. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, to Nagoon's point, it might be a lot similar to like Rio in like the 80s, like with fucking like the City of God. Like there's shit like there's 12-year-olds killing and there's girls killing too. Nobody ever talks, like they don't talk about that. Like
Rio, I was down there in Rio. I never had any problems. I always knew, plus, I knew, I made friends with a lot of the Balky police guys. So I knew who to pay off and do the right things to keep myself out of trouble. And just once you had that little Balky patch, niggas walk up to you, you pull that shit out. Niggas would they would evaporate. They would just evaporate because they didn't know if you was, if you what they call if you the puta de Balky, or if you were like a real dude. They didn't know. So but they didn't want to fuck with you once they seen that. But I saw a lot of cats get fucked up. Like I said, MMA dudes going on there thinking they was live like that. Guys who could snap you up in 2 seconds. They were getting taken up. They were getting taken. Dudes were coming out from Chicago and shit, acting like they was live in Butter Lake, getting their shit lit the fuck up. So a lot of shit went on. I mean, they was dudes. They was scheming on fucking on Snoop and Pharrell when they was down there over there in Salguero, in Salguero favela, when they were down there doing their beautiful joint. We all knew about it. Dudes were scheming on them, but they had their folks paid off, so they knew they could go up in the favela and have no problems. But that's what you had to do, man. If you was walking around down there and you didn't have the proper cover, you was getting took. You were getting took. If you in a tourist area and you tore somebody out the frame in the tourist area, then you would see a guy maybe because what they would do is they would tear you out the frame and then leave you outside the favela in a shopping cart, and your body be there in the shopping cart as an example to be made. So I knew the underworld. I knew how horrible it was down there and how guys were getting taken out. And you had to know your way around, because it was no joke. That shit was no joke. You were talking shit. You thought you was live like that. You was getting took. They had one brother who was on stage in a rap. He was doing a rap joint and he got shot right on stage. Right there in Rio, man. Got shot right on stage. It popped his ass in the middle of his rap joint because he had fucked over one of the one of the bosses down there, and they just took his ass out right on stage. So they are exceedingly hardcore. They make this shit look like tiddlywinks, but it's very violent. So the lives that I've seen down there and up here in the rap game, culturally has not given good results. Rio is a lot poorer, so if you have a little bit of money, they looking to snatch. Up here the same, and I think from both cultures that are similar in its frenetic nature and how it moves, generates the same people, and the results are very much the same. A lot of pain, a lot of death, a lot of unnecessary shit going down, and dudes thinking they badass and everything else like that, and they got lifespans of houseflies running around, and it's crazy. It's crazy,
bro. What I was really trying to get at is the fact that basically, like how like the City of God, there were children killing, and that's what it's like.
The whole thing,
right?
That is the whole thing,
and that's what they're doing in Chicago, because the people are always going to be replaced because they're not doing their killings when they turn like 18 or 17 or 15. They're killing even earlier than that. Like that's their culture down there. So what I say is like this, because we can't do nothing about what they gonna do. We gotta have like a strong like type of standard with these type of cats, where basically it's not basically like we going through the summarizations like, oh, he could have got his life together. No, he was supposed to die. He was supposed to die. But all the shit he was bragging about, all the money he made off death, he was supposed to die. Like we can't keep going through the Nipsey Hussle type of regiment where we basically trying to find the white man in the trees saying like, yo, he shouldn't have been killed. He was gonna get his life. No. He's against us. We're against him. He was supposed to die. Period. He was supposed to. He brought that energy on himself.
Well, I'm not going to disagree with you. I'm actually not going to disagree with you in some respects on that, because I think that you reap what you do sow. So I'm just saying.
What I'm saying,
This culture,
So
this culture's
so
got to
what's
go.
happening here? I mean, he's speaking for a certain group of people. That's not the people who need to actually side together and move things forward. Like that's the point of the live stream. And you have to recognize this dude, especially for what Aegon just said. Anybody who's trying to celebrate this dude, who's trying to make people feel sorry for this dude, given what was just said now about this dude track record, come on, man. You're gonna have. I guarantee you. I haven't even paid attention, but I guarantee you, you're going to have the MAGA elite trying to lionize this dude within this space. I guarantee you. It's gonna be strange.
Magal elite.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
They are, man. It's just look, man. We got to separate ourselves from this image because this is the dude that turned pro with this image for as long that he was pro. There's a lot of people who get killed trying this stuff out for a weekend, man. And this is just some stuff that we don't even need, man. Not around here.
Right, and he could have easily been like not taken out as killing because that could happen to him too. But with all the evidence that was basically built on him on the internet, he could have been. This music could have been stopped back in 2011, but it's not. So it's
No.
a reason. It's a reason why it's around. So it ain't to help us. It's not to
No,
help us
it
at all.
isn't.
So
No.
we can't have that thin line of basically like maybe he's gonna get his life together and then he's gonna do something good with the money. And it's like no. He's against us. Period. Rap music is a guilty pleasure. I get it. It's art, but we can't promote that shit if it basically deters the group. We can't do that shit. We got to be against it.
Look, man. I have to agree. Listen. I'm totally agreeing with that. Like I said, I don't want to come out and just hammer the music all day long and say it. I know that it has not given a lot of good results. I've seen how that shit has happened, not only here but in other countries outside the United States, where this rap, I'm not talking about that friendly rap stuff, but this tough guy rap bullshit, all this crap, and the culture that surrounds it. I don't see a lot of good results coming out of it. I just don't. Like I said, I saw when this shit was going nuts down in South Am. And Colombia, but they got more, rap was big, but they also into the Spanish music, salsa dancing and all that. But I saw how it really hit in that Brazil, and how it really got deeply involved in its culture, and it spoke the language of the favelas and all of that. And there was some good stuff, political stuff that came out of it, but that nigga shit came out of there as well. And motherfuckers were dropping like flies behind a lot of craziness. And I saw just how it was going down. And I see it here too. You got young kids caught up into that with the street kids and all that. To my meninos now who are the children of the street and all. They have a, they don't have a safety net. We have a safety net here. To at least to a degree, they don't have a safety net. So you got some real raw dog shit going on down there. But a lot of people are getting killed, and we see it here too. So I'm just saying, I'm out for it. I'm out for these kids running around talking shit and getting their heads blown off at 20 years old, 21, 22. As a father and all that, I can't embrace this, man. There's no way on this earth I can embrace anything like this. So I would like to see it change, but that's part of what, part of the stuff that we talk about here could be helpful, but unfortunately, I hate to say it, I have to agree with MOT. The Maggles elites will come out and will start fucking lionizing these guys, man. They keep it going, and we have to, there's got to be a point where we got to stop this, man. Especially when we're getting very terrible results from it.
All right, like we've made enough gangster music. Like we've made enough.
Have we?
Like it's not like we've made enough. Like it comes to a point where it's basically like, yo, we gotta like we. I get it. It's a guilty pleasure. The beats is hot. You listen to it, you working out, it gets you amped. But it's like we basically we feed like we serving two masters here, Like
Yeah, but it's a lot of other people getting entertained off like niggas like dying. Like, okay, like if they
very
see
much.
like, yeah, they see like 13-year-olds like holding up guns saying like, yeah, I'm about to smash, I just got the top from this girl, and then they like meet me on this block, we gonna air you out or something like that. It's like that's like super entertaining to people. It's people actually dying, but to a lot of people, it's like watching a TV show or like a movie or something, and these guys are signing up for it, like playing a part in it.
Yup. White kids love watching it. They love watching this shit. They love buying.
Hmm.
They love buying the music, but they're not out there on the. They ain't on the avenue, perforating each other. They're not doing that. So and by the time they hit 20 something, they off on to something else. They still ain't. They're not caught up in that life. Or trying to emulate anyone. They're out of it. They're out of it. Become big time Trump supporters and all that kind of stuff later on. Anyway, I'm sorry, I just threw that in there. But anyway, that's what's going on. So let's,
Okay, well, a little education here. Speaking of the word maggle, look how improperly these people from Urban Dictionary, who should be ashamed of themselves, using the word in such a way. And some amazing offense from Roman Reigns, wouldn't you agree, maggle? Now, we could give them a way better definition based on the stuff we see within this space. I guess we should call it a manosphere maggle or something else. But such such trite and insolence. We should help these people out. But go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, with the security thing, and if you beat multiple murder cases, uh, you know, and you getting paid hundreds of thousands of dollars,
And you
you know,
still
I
bragging. You still bragging
yeah,
about the murders. You still
yeah,
bragging.
I would have like some a portion of that hundreds of thousands of dollars is going to security or like police. I mean, well, I ain't gonna, I guess you got to uphold the image. I don't know how that work. I don't know if they going to, I don't know what they thinking or how that works. But I know for me, I'm trying to,
No,
like, and like you said, bragging, like you're bragging on like dead
yo,
people.
yo,
So yeah,
yeah, but
Yeah.
CJ, like CJ, they are what they on some real. They are what they're supposed to be. Like they are perfect gangster rappers. They do drugs. They kill people. Go to jail. Come out and talk about that shit. Like they are what the music is. Like they're the perfect versions. Like
yeah, and then them labels love it too. They get that insurance policy when you die, and
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
like
they
they
coll-
like
they collecting the royalties. Yep.
right, and they can't how do they do this? How do they really portray the image better when they actually killing people? Like, at least we
Yeah.
at least the gangster rappers when we was growing up was like most of them was fake, rapping about somebody else's life.
Yeah.
But
True.
even though
True.
people were still taking that shit and doing dumb shit with it, it's like this is the ultimate form of what hip hop of gangster rap is. So like it's like
Hmm.
where do we go from here? Because
Yeah, because we had like Ludacris and stuff like that. It was good music, but
yeah,
like now it's not making sense to me because it's like they glorify, they like, okay, we can't listen to him unless we know he went to jail, and it's like, okay, you're not making any money because you're in jail and you got a 360 deal. So how is this all tying together? Like, I don't understand that, but yeah, they keep doing it.
Well, I think a lot of this music was thrown in here, man, for you to keep chaos in your community. I believe it was really, I thoroughly believe that that's very much the case. And we know that music will make people become very violent and dangerous because I know it's directly from the military. My boy Vic and them, he was a tank commander. He was in Iraq, and they would play very aggressive, savage music like "Kill the motherfucker, kill," and they would have that music playing while you were riding into combat. They would have music blasting like this, in which to tear motherfuckers out the frame with. This was tear motherfuckers out the frame music, and the military had this. So you would go
yeah, but
into
Nagong,
with this
but
music blasting. So there's no doubt that this music that you have being perpetrated in your community that talks violence, niggas acting violently, you're gonna get a violent result, and that's exactly what you get.
but
Go ahead.
Nagong, like like even like a smaller extent like this. What about the cadence run music in the military? Like I downloaded a lot of that shit because I like to run, and then I started listening to some on YouTube before the armed forces bought that shit up. I had to buy it off iTunes. Yo, if I'm tired of shit and I throw on some cadence run music, like Army Marines, all that shit I could run like 10 more miles. It's crazy.
This shit is
they know what it does to people. They know what music does to people.
This shit is to amp you up when you go into combat and live combat. Live combat now. Here you are. You rolling. You ready to roll up. And now you just a little bit away from 10 niggas out the frame. That music is blasting in your head. And they got these kids, most of them 18, 19-year-olds, 20-year-olds, getting amped on this shit. Not smart enough to understand what's at stake, but they getting caught up into this. And then it's terribly on after that. But that's how they play it. That's how that goes down. Go ahead.
I think it's younger than that. I mean, I really believe it's younger than that. You know, I think it's like 14. These kids is going to jail at 17. So just imagine you don't go to jail for what you did most of the time. You go to jail for like something.
I'm saying in the military. I'm saying in the military. Now we do know that.
Oh, sorry. Oh yeah, you're right.
We do have active figures out, and we know where our killing begins. We start at 17. In the black community, we start at 17. 17 to 26-year-old is the height of where you is the height of your young people murders. That's your killer. Okay, from the age of about 26 to 34, it starts to go down. By the time you're 35, you pretty much have gotten out of it. All right, but the height of your killing spree, your killer in your community, is between the ages of 17 to 26. Okay, and that's about where you see most of these guys getting torn out the frame at. They're around that. They're right in that age range. They're right there. That's what they do. That's your kill. All right, and that's what they have in the military. It's about what they have in the military as well. That's your killer. By the time you hit 35,
those crimes are a lot different, and for a lot of different reasons that are. Yeah, I mean, I could do a whole show on that, but yeah, it's not like the civilian world. It's based on, yeah. I mean, because the amount of trouble that you get in for anything that happens, that's why the crimes are usually way over the top in the military, because they know if you go a little bit far, it doesn't matter. You're gonna get that time no matter what. So
yeah, I'm just saying, they draft kids in young, and when they go to war, there was a song back in the '60s called 19, and it was during the Vietnam War, and the average soldier in Vietnam was 19 years old. And, it was what it was. So I'm just saying that's it. But when you take that outside of the military industrial complex and you put that into your community, you do see a correlation between your killers in your community. And the killer in the black community, the killer is a black male, primarily, between the ages of 17 and 26 years of age, okay, where he's at his prime killing rate, okay, at about 23, between 23, 26. That's your killer. That's who's killing. That's who's doing most of your killing in your community. That's where they are. All right, they get a little bit older. You do have your 30-year-olds and so forth, but it starts to drop off precipitously by that age, and by 34. You're pretty much done and tired of killing. And then when you see most of these guys who get out of the gangs and then want to do, and then want to be reformists and so forth, they're about 35, 38, 40. That's the ages that they are. Most of them who are in this gang reform stuff, who are former gangbangers. That's about the ages that they're in. They've gotten tired of it. But you start.
All right, we got $2.
There you go.
We got $2 super chat by Eric Bird. White teens in NY listening to Pop Smoke. I know he had died, but I don't know who that guy is. But yeah, man, it seems that other groups of people can listen to the music without embodying the culture that came up with the music. It's kind of like us looking at like the mobster films, but ain't nobody trying to organize no real type of business to do idiotic stuff like that. So yeah.
Oh, we picked the carnal and the easy part to emulate. all the bloody murders.
Yeah.
But then when it comes to organization and rules, it's like, nah, we good on that too.
We used to have it, but that shit went out the window. Though.
No, I mean it went out the window when the child printing presses started to press at full capacity. To be nice about it, and these are the people who want to run the actual leadership into fixing things in said community that they destroyed, and that's something that I got a real problem with.
But yeah, speaking of those child killers, man, like if you go on YouTube, you can type in like a list of like just dead Chicago rappers and see the ages they died at though. Like half these dudes don't even make it to 20 though.
Nah, I'm not gonna do that, man. That's like eating that Popeye's chicken sandwich. I'm not sure what's gonna happen. Once I start googling and looking into stuff like that. So
yeah, that shit a rabbit hole. It's really a rabbit hole.
Oh no, go ahead, sorry, bro.
No, I was just saying it's a rabbit hole. I was agreeing with you. I mean, I was agreeing with MOT and you. Like, it's a rabbit hole. You don't want to go like, if you don't want to be depressed, don't go down that shit. I was surprised that this shit was actually going on. And like people basically make money off making YouTube videos of it like it's a soap opera.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw one guy. He was on social media, laughing. Some, and I think it was who was it? It was
Oh, it was one
it was
where they
Grandmaster Troll.
I
also it was Grandmaster Troll. I think he showed one of these. He said a Muppet head, this Muppet head nigga was on. It was kind of funny the way he was talking about it. But he was this Negro talking, with a man, bandana on his face and all that, talking about, yeah, I killed this dude, man. When he was begging, man. Yeah, man. But if you didn't do this to my cousin, I wouldn't, he wouldn't have got killed. And here these guys are literally on social media bragging about people they done. I mean, it's just it's crazy.
Yeah, but go on.
What's even worse?
Say that again, fam.
What's even worse?
No, go ahead.
Like what's even worse? Like what's even worse is when these people get popped on social media after talking noise about the stuff they're actually talking about, and somebody actually go find these people while they're going live and go.
That's exactly right, and come at them.
Oh, no, but this happened before. The people. No, but people actually got pulled up on people doing like Instagram live videos.
Yeah, we talk about that. Yeah.
No, here's the thing, because they stupid. Because here's the thing, they leave you know how you can leave your location on.
Yeah, they leave
their location.
Located.
And they roll right before these dudes while they talking. It's crazy.
That's how Pop Smoke got, because he left his notifications on.
Wow, man, I can't even with this.
I saw one of those. In fact, I saw one guy. He was live. He was basically live streaming. He was in Chicago. He was live streaming, and he was like, "Yeah, well, I'm in the hood. I've been in here a little bit. Nigga, look out! Whoa! You see him fall down. Some dude came out of nowhere, murked him. Just came out there and pop, murked him while he live on TV and shit. It was like, look at this shit. I mean, it's just doesn't make it. It's almost comical, but it's not. But it's almost a fucking comedy. It's unbelievable, man. It's unbelievable the shit that we see.
Yeah, they have this artist Tekashi 6ix9ine that
man.
It was a situation where he was on a balcony, and then one of his fans was watching his live, and then they said that looked familiar, and they went outside and they saw that balcony was like their apartment complex. So she made a video of it, and then people saw that video, and he had to leave immediately. Like it's it's that serious out here. So it's and he's known for like snitching, I guess, and even though they brought him around, so I don't understand that, but he's known for telling on everybody in the industry or whatever. So
and then call him $1 million fucking record deal.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
Then call him $1 million deal. Motherfuckers like, we gonna kill him for that. For real. I mean, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. It's crazy, man. This culture is toxic. I don't care. It's toxic. It doesn't make any sense. Makes no sense. Toxic. Gotta end. It's just gotta come to an end.
Yeah, right. It's not supposed to make sense. It's running the way it should be. Hip hop came out of dysfunction, so it's gonna end with dysfunction. I know we like it and love it, but it really came out of shit.
Now, see, you and I, we're going to disagree on that, because I've been around a long time. I've seen when hip-hop first came about. Hip-hop was very much a political, social conscious type of music. It wasn't about this fuckery that we see today. This thing has devolved 1,000 levels to where it originally was. It was not about this. It wasn't about
Hold on to go.
Popping.
Remember when hip hop was born in the Bronx, right?
I was around during those times.
What was the culture? Wasn't the Bronx was bombed the fuck out?
No. This shit was coming down, man. Yeah, Cool Herc and all these dudes. These niggas was on fucking Cedric Avenue.
Hold on.
They was block partying, man. This was the block
Africa
party.
Bambaataa had to make the Zulu Nation to stop these kids from killing each other.
Man, no, man. African Bambaataa. See, you don't know the whole deal on this Bambaataa dude. Oh man, don't get me started. I don't even want to get into it.
Nope,
you know,
nope.
Yeah, you're right.
Nope.
Yeah, you're right. I'm gonna fall back. Not the case.
Yeah, man. Man. Moving on from this New York conversation. Yeah, man. Because I don't want to talk about none of that stuff on this show.
we went from Q-Tip and Five Dog.
Yeah, I agree.
And Public Enemy to like Little Pump. You know, so that's the current state of hip hop. You know, Lil Pump, Lil Durk, Lil Uzi.
Yeah, but it's kind of like what MOT said. The mob had its things together until the creative nigga machines got off the hook, and when the creative nigga machines got off the hook, that's when hip hop was born.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. It came out of dysfunction.
I have to disagree with that. This thing morphed. It morphed into what this thing is. It morphed. It mutated. This is a vile mutation of what this thing was originally about. This is a vile mutation of what this thing was about. These nigga machines and all that. That's what you hear on the internet now, and some of the scuttlebutt amongst guys who don't know what the fuck they're talking about. It wasn't about that in the beginning. It really wasn't. This thing morphed. It devolved. This thing was supposed to evolve. It never did. It went to a point of evolution. It stopped, and then it devolved to where it is now. This is a de-evolution. I'll just leave it at that. The de-evolution.
I would say the dysfunction was always there. It's just that it was governed.
Yeah. So what we're saying is that we got to move on from this image, dude. And as long as like we're in a generation to where we don't have to mess with the actual individuals who actually perpetuate this culture even more. We know which gender buys this music more than the other one. Not the people doing the actions and activities that are stupid. That's pretty one-sided. But it's pretty clear who buys the actual music. So it's like, as long as you keep your stuff together and have your stuff together and not share it with those individuals that would perpetuate this type of culture, we're going to be fine, man. It's just that we all have a position to play in this stuff, not growing legs and being carried into another generation. And
Agreed.
The people and the people, you know, who make money off of this, the promoters are such, the clubs are such, the distribution people, all that kind of stuff. Them too, man. But you got to leave all that stuff alone. I mean, I understand where people will be on this. Oh, you can't knock a dude hustle. Yeah, I can. If the churn rate is as high as it is to create what is deemed to be successful as one of these things, then yeah, no, it's not needed. It really isn't needed all that much. So.
I agree.
Yeah,
The
like
market choose, and here we go. Yeah, I mean, you know, the market did choose, and that's what I'm saying. There are market actions like you wouldn't believe it, man, but most rural communities that I go into, if you were to go up and down the FM radio dial, you hear nothing but hip hop played in the square, played in stores, played everywhere. You don't hear not even country music like that all that much anymore, man. You don't. So this stuff, like, it is like, you think those are like black dudes with like beats and nah, man, them are white dudes out here in these rural communities with beats in their cars and rims and shit and trucks all jacked up and shit, listening to this stuff. So yeah, man, the stuff is everywhere. Just not played all that much in big cities like I see in these small towns. These small towns be digging in on some hip hop, man, all the way.
Yeah, I think Zero's talked about that. I basically hip hop is the culture, Like it's
Yeah,
not it's not separate no more. It is. It's the culture.
yeah. It's kind of like when China looked at this stuff and like, China does not like what it is doing to China's people. This stuff be out.
China said,
No,
if you blasting this shit up in your crib and we hear it, you are going to jail. So we're gonna kick your fucking door in, and we are going to take you out. In Russia, them Russian women, I know them Russian babes. Oh Lord, but anyway, been there. Oh boy, they these are some very substantial looking females. They're very substantial. Now they love that twerking. That twerking was beautiful to them. They gravitated to it. They gravitated to that shit. All right. And Putin and the boys are like, we see you twerking, you're gonna be twerking in the cell, you're gonna be twerking in the jail cell with one of our Cossacks fucking jamming a fucking stick up your ass. All right.
You
And
serious?
oh yes. Yo, yes. We catch you up in here doing this twerk game. Because some Russian women are very much like black women. They very much like sisters. It's crazy. I know people don't understand. Unless you've been there, you would thoroughly understand that. But they were loving that twerking, man. That shit was they shit. And Putin and them were like, oh, word? Check this out. We see this twerking go, because they had twerking classes going on all over. This shit was going all across. Man, up straight through the Urals, right straight down into fucking Moscow. They were like, oh, word? This is what we gonna do. We got a traditional Russian dance and all of that. Y'all be up here twerking? Okay. Let me tell you about this. Keep twerking. You will be twerking with a Cossack sticking a stick up your ass in a fucking jail cell. And we ain't gonna do a damn thing about it. That's how that's gonna go down. They made that shit illegal up in there. Can't twerk. Go any Russian joint, you ain't gonna see no fucking Russian broads twerking in Russia. You can see it. They were doing it before,
yeah.
but they have shut down. All of this shit that they see that they feel is a degrade of your community, people have outlawed it.
Or culture.
Or
They shut that kind of stuff down, man.
They've out.
Yeah.
They are
Oh, you
draconian.
keep me going, yo. I'm about to drop off, right?
All right, cool. All right.
Yeah, appreciate you having me up here, man.
All right, man. So this is what. All right, cool. All right, man. All right, man. Follow through next time, man. On the subject you like. All right, later. All right, man. So let's turn the corner from this current conversation into talking about how these people will not be the face of representing us on a political scene going forward. These type of people cannot be representing us on a political scene. They just can't. Not these type of people, not with this type of image. I mean, I don't care how successful you are at doing this stuff. You can't be in politics and be associated with this stuff at all. You got to respect the people who actually put the work in on this stuff.
I definitely agree. It's too much blood on your hands. I'm like on some mob shit. Like, yo, go get your son. Your son can run for office. He didn't do this shit, but we still gonna watch him because we know your money's backing him. Like, but we can't. You got too much blood on your hands, homie. We can't. How can we trust you? You want upward mobility now because you basically sold a whole bunch of motherfuckers out and then got to the good neighborhood. So of course you don't want your shit broke into now.
This is why most of them didn't sell drugs to their own people for specifically that reason. They wanted to keep it to other stuff. They didn't want that type of money and that type of stuff going on within their own communities. That's why a lot of them people did not want that stuff being sold. I mean, we're asking for morality from those type of people, but at least they had limits.
Yeah, like, you don't have to move to mansions in the outside of a city if you don't destroy your own community, because you could live in you could live in your own neighborhood if you don't destroy it. But niggas like the shit where they eat, and they like to get the man across the street high and the woman across the street high, and it's like, yo, you live here. What do you think he gonna do when he don't have no money? You know what this drug does?
Yeah, for real, man. And it's like, okay, Ice Cube, Me too. I give them a pass, but at the end of the day, now that everybody knows the process, there should be no more of these guys trying this nonsense. That's why I didn't even bother trying to cover the Puff Daddy plan because I'm like, if Ice Cube should be talking, why should I cover what Puffy's doing? Like,
Yeah, and it's like, how can we trust these cats if we know they can? If they was controlled by the Jays for so long, why should we trust you? You're not a rapper anymore. We're still calling you Ice Cube. You're still gonna perform this music. You're still gonna make money from it. So you're not gonna destroy your rap career. Like Malcolm X basically destroyed Detroit Red to become who he's gonna become. You basically playing a dual role, where basically you could stand in front of us and be like prosperous and let's do the right thing, and then hop on the stage and say a whole bunch of wild shit.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. I mean, that's why it just don't. I mean, it's a dual-minded thing that shouldn't even be together. That's what I'm saying. If you just created a process that worked, you wouldn't have to be waiting to be represented by people who need to, quote unquote, come back. There are proper things in place to where these things can be sent up. And this is why it takes everybody to be involved in the process and know what the process involves and tries to sit around and understand what the process doesn't involve. People try to make politics so personal to their life and stuff, man. And like they don't even understand the ramifications of trying to think that your household is going to be ran how a state government needs to run or how a federal government needs to run. It's like people just make it way too and if you have the wrong type of program running inside your head, then you're gonna be running to the wrong type of people for representation. So with that, you gotta be able to get up out of here because I gotta get ready for this Platinum Elite stream tonight. If people want to come on, make sure you email me so that
all
way we
day,
can
all
play
day.
that thing from beginning to end. So that way you could be able to see how the conversation started and how and why you have to treat people the way that dude was actually treated. Because
Yeah.
that actually needed to happen. But not only happened to him, it needs to happen to every dude who comes up perpetuating this type of nonsense within our space. We don't need that type of stuff. Black Sheep, I agree with you. Yeah. Hey, man. Now that they have called it for Joe Biden, stay your ass at home. Don't be out here celebrating in people's faces and none of that dumb shit. Stay alive. Because these people walking around armed and all that kind of stuff, yeah, them bullets ain't for play. Not for play at all. So you got any last words, Aegon, before we get up out of here?
Yo, man, like you say, trust the track record. The person, most people don't change. It sucks, but it is. Like that forgiveness route is to basically make you a sucker to other people. So when these rappers basically try to change their life over when they can't make no more money in hip hop or they in a stagnant position, it's not for your benefit. It is, you are food to them. They made their money selling albums. So basically, they go for what the majority wants. And the majority ain't us. So they need a substantial, long track record of doing the right thing before you can even trust these dudes. Like, that was extremely disrespectful coming at the end of an election. I could see if we was talking about at least a year, but even a year is kind of short. But like 3 weeks, are you like you know how sad that is? And motherfuckers was taking them serious. But it is what it is. I mean, we here to talk about it. So I mean, always keep your critical thinking sharp, and always pay attention to how somebody came in, and then how they lasted while they was doing what they was doing, and then how they ended. I mean, basically, and how they got to where they are right now. Yeah, I'm done.
That dude was talking noise on Bernard Riley stream. What is that? Brilliance. Yeah, man, he gonna get it tonight though. He gonna get it tonight though. So that way I can show you how untrustworthy these dudes are. It isn't just him going on Tommy. It's how the conversation unfolded from beginning to end. This dude
Yeah,
love this dude love calling other people haters and shit. But you need to see the evolution of this conversation of how it started and how it ended. Because they played portions of but I listened to the whole thing. I'm like, oh, this is why Tommy was so mad at this dude. Because he came there on some we we friends and I'm fan of you shit and then it kind of turned into I don't respect you because you don't earn these whores type shit. And
like
it's like, yeah,
it's like
wow.
like I would say like it's kind of like when you got like a big brother or big cousin, and he telling you to fight somebody, you scared. They're telling you to fight that person. It's not for you to beat that person up. It's for you to be ready to fight anybody when times come. So basically, when Tommy did that to Platinum, he really didn't. He defeated Platinum, but he defeated his archetype and people like him. So basically, that's he basically gave us a knowledge-based article how to like take these dudes apart. Even though you, Judge, Zero, y'all did that shit already, but to go at it with such lengths in front of people, it was like, god damn. It was like basically anybody that come behind him is going to get what he got or worse, because he made it bad for them because he was so stupid enough to do it like that.
Correct. And son is hot rod. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that going forward.
Yeah, like I think was he gone for a little bit. Yeah, like it's not about
No, I'm here.
first.
No, I'm here.
Okay.
Son hot is rod. You know, we're gonna talk about that going forward because we do have to be able to go forward, so that way you're not listening to these cloud chasing and part time shines. You know, cloaked shines. Then they like a shine in the snow globe. You know, nothing at risk. Gang banging from a damn studio in the office and stuff. So that way you can be able to know what's coming next. And we got to be able to organize around something.
Right. Start giving these dudes manosphere quality ratings. Like you got like 3 times the lie, and then after that we give you like a bronze value or some shit. Like and keeping that shit on you. Like and that's anybody. Like you fucking lie or you say some dumb shit 3 times. Like, yo, we can't trust you. And we gonna keep it like that. We can't trust you because you did this, and this, and we gotta date it when you did this shit. So you can't keep coming around and reinventing your fucking self and trying to find a new hustle to push your dumb shit on to more people. Like fuck that.
And they kind of require the silence of everybody around them to keep this bullshit going. And that's the shit that I don't like, man. So straight up hoe shit.
Jokes
Oh wait, hold on.
and
Let me
fake camaraderie.
yeah, let me post this uh, uh, video in the chat here so that way um started at the 30-minute mark though. Not the 39-minute, that's what it's there for, but it started at the 30-minute mark. Cause you need to see how cool this whole ass motherfucker was before the shit took a turn. And that's what I want to cover. Because you can't be having people around there like this. Rolling outside day 4 of the dawn of the new track records. Yes, these motherfuckers ain't talking about shit. They ain't doing nothing but culture warrior and off of this shit, man. Yeah, son, man. You're right, man. Day number 4 of the track records. People still here trying to cloud chase and culture warrior off the shit, which is crazy. That's the video I'm gonna be going from, starting at the 30-minute mark. So that's all I got. Vegan, you ain't got no something. No man, I'm gonna shut it down.
No sir. No sir. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
All right, no problem. I want to thank everybody for coming through. All the people who super chatted. Like, share, comment, subscribe, or subscribe to the Patreon if y'all want to hear extra content. You guys have a really nice day. Thanks. Bye.